Out. That is the ball that makes the difference now. It's a poor shot. Just looked as though the ball might just have bounced a little bit more than Flintoff was anticipating, because he mistimed the shot. Seemed to try and adjust the shot, couldn't control it, couldn't get on top.
Edge straight to gully, and Sullivan Ben takes the catch. So Broad goes. West Indies have picked up their second wicket for the morning. The new ball's doing the job for them. 2:56 for 7.
Good shot, but good catch. Good catch by Sullivan Ben. So many people have said it in the past. He's such a good fielder to his own bowling.
Outstanding catch. He's a big man, 6 feet 7 inches tall, big hands, but the reaction had to be quick.
He's gone, he's edged it. It's gone to Devon Smith, who's juggled. But he's taken the catch, and Alistair Cook has gone cheaply again.
His heart must have been in his mouth, Devon Smith, when that ball bounced out. Not to the least the bowler as well. He got an edge, dropped off his bowling in the first innings. Taylor, this time Smith hangs on the second bounce. That's the first. They'll be hoping for early wickets with this new ball. It's 1 for 1.
That's sorted that one out in a hurry. That is a gorgeous delivery. Taylor has done what every man in the West Indies wanted him to do. He has got rid of Kevin Peterson at the first attempt.
The celebrations begin in the stands. Look at them in the background, they're loving it. The danger man has gone. What a sight for the local crowd. Peterson looks at the big screen. His off stump went flying back just like the old days. A fast man, no loosener this time, full and straight. And what a sight for the fast bowler. Off stump, cartwheeling back, a little bit of swing, and England's danger man's gone for 1. It's 12 for 3.
Everyone goes up again, and now goes the finger as well. So Andrew Strauss becomes the next man to leave the stage. He's hung in there gamely, grimly even, for his 9 runs. But he is now the 4th man out, and West Indies absolutely cock-a-hoop.
Well, that tells you something about that dismissal. There's no doubt, because the batsman himself has said, I am not referring it. So it tells you something about this. It is out. It has been edged. The noise is there. Strauss knew it. Everyone knew it. Fine, fine bowling from Jerome Taylor. He has 3 for 8 now. And the England captain leaves for 9. His side are in all sorts of trouble. 20 for 4.
I think it has hit the stumps. He's running, but the ball has hit the stumps. He's bowled.
Collingwood has to go. He doesn't realise it. There's no clue what has happened, but the ball has snuck through. It was another excellent line from Jerome Taylor, nipping back at Collingwood. Full, doing him for pace. And England in all kinds of disarray. That really summed it up, with Collingwood being bowled and him herring up and down the pitch for 2. 23 for 5.
Well, this will give us a better idea here. Inside edge, yes, and that's why he took off. But the ball just brushed the leg stump as it went down towards fine leg. Leg bail dismissed. He realized what had taken place, or is he sure? He's still appealing. It's 23 for 5. Bowled him all over. 5 wickets for Jerome Taylor, and there are only 6 down.
5 for 11, 7.5 overs of superb fast bowling from Jerome Taylor, honing in on that off stump, ball after ball after ball at high pace. This one actually was a little bit slower, with a bit of off cut on it. There goes the finger action, ball just nipping back through the gate and rocking that off stump straight out of the ground. Matt Pryor gone for none. Jerome Taylor absolutely delighted. And the West Indies right on top now. England 23 for 6.
Pulled mid-on, caught, gone. A soft dismissal. Alistair Cook, he was there for hitting. He didn't go up, he didn't go down. He hit it straight to mid-on. West Indies have their second wicket.
That's sorted that one out in a hurry. That is a gorgeous delivery. Taylor has done what every man in the West Indies wanted him to do. He has got rid of Kevin Pietersen at the first attempt.
The celebrations begin in the stands. Look at them in the background, they're loving it. The danger man has gone. What a sight for the local crowd. Pietersen looks at the big screen. His off stump went flying back just like the old days. A fast man, no loosener this time, full and straight. And what a sight for the fast bowler. Off stump, cartwheeling back, a little bit of swing. And England's danger man's gone for one. It's 12 for 3. I think it's the way Flintoff will go. Armstrong won't hang around forever. He wants to play some shots. It won't be easy. I hope he doesn't try and go too square, because with Fidel Edwards and his skiddy nature, it will get under the bat. He's still got to play mid-on and maybe drag it mid-wicket. If he tries to slog across the line, he could see his stumps in a heap.
Bowled him. Edwards picks up the wicket, his first of the Test match. It's a big one in Flintoff. West Indies are happy on the field, just as happy off it. 51 for 9. England 1 wicket away from a heavy defeat.
Everything Chris Gale does works. He's gone to Fidel Edwards. Andrew Flintoff going across the line. You just had a gut feeling he was going to go too square. The big shot was always coming, and Flintoff was trying to hit it mid-wicket when he should have tried to drag it. All credit to Edwards, he got it straight. And he has the big breakthrough of Andrew Flintoff.
Play with night watchman Dean Headley facing Curtly Ambrose in the first over of the day.
That's kept low, and Headley has lost 2 stumps. An immediate breakthrough for Ambrose. He's picked up all 3 wickets now, and England are 22 for 3.
That's a big shout, and that's close, and he's given it. Adam Sanford has struck.
I'm sure Michael Vaughan's very happy with this. Well, that's just outside the line, if that's where the ball's hit him. The impact there, it's just outside off stump. Might well go and hit the stumps, but that's irrelevant if he's outside the line at the point of impact. Michael Vaughan's gone for 23 from 24 balls. It's 59 for 2.
Big shout given. An early drive from Nasser Hussain, played and missed on quite a few occasions in the first innings, not this time.
It did disturb the surface, only just carrying to Ridley Jacobs, who takes a good catch. And Nasser Hussain, he's gone for 5. It's 71 for 3.
It's up in the air, it's down by a fine leg and taken. Tino Best gets his first Test wicket. He has waited a very long time. You can see how elated he is. Finally, a Test wicket.
Well, there's lots of aggression. Bouncer in, this time not hooked with any control. Flies down to the fine leg region. Sanford hardly had to move. Graham Thorpe, he's gone for 9.
In everything you do, whether it's defending, front foot, back foot, Oh, how do you play that? How do you play that? That's out. You have no chance of playing that. That's what I say about this pitch, it's a killer. Well, they struck exactly what they wanted, West Indies. And it's a big wicket. Well, ball, Franklin Rose are pitching it up, but very difficult to play that, almost impossible. Little cuckoo catch at third slip. Oh, 3 for 1.
Oh, it's out. Really well bowled by Rose. Right in the slot. And again, I think glove rather than edge of bat. But Rose is the danger man this morning.
Yes, he is. And Rahul Dravid, when he looks at the replay, will say to himself that maybe, just maybe he could have dropped his wrists. But this is a very difficult wicket to bat on. It can get the best of batsmen out. Batsmen with good technique can be got out. Rahul Dravid is one such. He's out for 2. India 16 of settling down.
He's bowled in. VVS Lakshman playing all around it. This one was a delivery that was pitched up and went through his defence. And the West Indian crowd here ecstatic. India 32 for 3.
This is exactly what the West Indies want. A man that's going to pitch the ball up and keep it up. That's what Franklin Rose has been doing, and he has gotten the rewards. 3 wickets to Franklin Rose, 3 wickets to the West Indies. India now 32 for 3. Excellent delivery.
Edged and taken by Lara. This is a big blow for India. Brian Lara has done it. It wasn't an easy catch. He had to move forward. But Bishop has taken the outside edge, and back goes the Indian captain. 4 down for 32.
That's a very important wicket for the West Indies. And Ian Bishop, the man that has bowled so well throughout this test match, again a well-pitched-up delivery. Sachin Tendulkar looking for the drive, and Brian Lara taking a very good catch. Low down to the ground, but he got his fingers under it and held it well. It's 32 for 4, and India in deep trouble.
He's bowled in. This time he's beaten the outside edge and found the off stump. So the tall man has struck. He looked good in this over, and he's been rewarded.
Well, Brian Lara has tried everything with Curtly Ambrose to get him on song, and that was a beauty. Reasonably well pitched up delivery. Ganguly leaving a gap between bat and pad, and Curtly Ambrose finding that gap. 45 for 5 India.
That cap very, very low. Azharuddin could do nothing about it. Ambrose strikes.
What can any batsman do? All this while the ball's been coming at your face, and now the ball scoots around your ankles. Mohammad Azharuddin, like Sourav Ganguly, completely foxed by the pitch. India have lost their 6th wicket for 51.
Anil Kumble comes in. India have now lost all their specialist batsmen. Here was the last to go.
Well, you don't want to get too far forward to Curtly Ambrose on a pitch like this, because the ball's been coming at your face. Azhar therefore waiting like Sourav Ganguly did on the back foot, and then the ball keeping low. What can you do?
In the air, Holder's waiting for it. That's it.
While the ball's stopping on Anil Kumble, Kumble trying to work it to the leg side. This is that kind of a pitch. Ball not quite coming on. Ball bouncing, ball keeping low. Not too many batsmen would have flourished on this pitch, I can tell you that. Anil Kumble is a lower order batsman trying to turn it to leg, the bat turning in his hand, and that outside edge going as a simple catch to Roland Holder at square leg. India in deep trouble. 7 down for 50.
Outside the off stump.
He's bowled them here, leaving that one that came back and just kissed the off stump on the way. So the West Indians striking after lunch, getting the important wicket of the Indian wicketkeeper.
Nayan Mungia had been trying not to play at anything too wide of the off stump, but this one was much too close to leave. Perhaps he was thinking that not over the line that he was leaving, he was hoping perhaps it would bounce a bit. Came through at a normal height, just clipping the top of the off stump. 6 for 8.
This time that's in the air and will be out. Roland Holder is the catcher. Curtly Ambrose doesn't usually take wickets like that. He has on this occasion, and the crowd have loved it as a mini invasion. I think that's too good for the game.
Well, Kuruvilla got away with a similar shot a couple of deliveries earlier. This time he hasn't. Another simple catch to Roland Holder. Remember, he took that brilliant one to get rid of Sachin Tendulkar in the first innings. This is a simple catch. India 9 down for 80.
That's it. The third test match is over, and won in dramatic style by the West Indian. Brian Lara, in his first test as captain of these great islands, goes to hug his fellow Trinidadian Ian Bishop, who finishes with 4 wickets, and Brian Lara can barely believe this has happened. There's Courtney Walsh, there's joy in that dressing room. This is a brilliant effort.
And that
Edged and taken straight to Hooper in the slip. So the extra pace of Lawson has done the trick. And there's a pin drop silence around the ground. Virender Sehwag departs.
Very important wicket that for the West Indies. Once Sehwag is at the crease, runs will come, and that's the extra pace. Definitely it has gone very fine, has gone very quickly. Carl Hooper held on well. The pace pushed him back a bit. It's 23 for 1.
Was there an edge? Yes, Ashoka De Silva raises the finger. And this is another important wicket loss. 2 down India.
Well, stunned silence from the Indian supporters, but this is what I was talking about. He might be expensive, Jermaine Lawson, but that pace will bring you wickets. Try to repeat the shot that he played a couple of deliveries ago. And he's gone for 22, 56 for 2.
Brings in the Indian captain Rahul Dravid, who's been in phenomenal form in this series. And one of the factors that hurt India the most was the amount of sixes that were hit against the spinners. A total of 7 sixes were hit by the West Indians, out of which 5 came off the spinners. Sehwag suffering the most with 4 sixes off his bowling. Karthik 1, and Srinath conceded 2 sixes. Oh, he's bowled him. What a delivery that is. Jermaine Lawson has arrived back in India and is making an impression.
Well, it was well lined. I'm not absolutely sure that Dinesh Mongia saw that all the way. He seemed to lose it in the background for some reason. The chairman of selectors, Viv Richards, is well pleased. Good pace. Very, very late on it. Very good bowling by this young man. Extreme pace. Good addition. He's gone for 20. 59 for 3.
So Lawson skimming in, and what a catch! That is magnificent. You won't get to see too many better catches than that. Even Vivian Richards jumps up from his seat. Ram Naresh Sarwan has taken an absolute beauty here.
Ramnari Sawan, take a bow. This is a ripper. In close, that's just reflex. Reflex from Ramnari Sawan. He takes a beauty, and the skipper has to go for 3 in India now.
And that's it. Frank Hayes on his way without looking at the umpire. Very hard Nick going through to wicketkeeper Murray, and Frank Hayes just that little bit late. The extra pace getting through. A second wicket to the West Indies. Frank Hayes the man to go. And that's the way it happened. So a second blow struck by West Indies here this morning, capturing the wicket of Frank Hayes. Disappointment for him, another failure to the Lancashire player. He's out for 7. And England once again struggling here on 24 for 2. And that's a chance, and it's taken. Collis King throwing it high, and Woolmer, after making that boundary, is the 3rd Englishman to go. As the outside edge. And the ball going straight to Greenwich at second slip. He tosses it high. Collis King walks round to take the catch afterwards. And in at number 4.
And that must be out. Yes, beaten on the backstroke, and Andy Roberts has broken through for his first wicket. He's deserved it too, because I think he's been the best of the West Indian bowlers, even though he was wicketless before that delivery. So it's Peter Willey, LBW to Roberts, and he made 36. A very good effort in his first Test match innings, coming up against bowlers of extra pace. He handled it well and showed good temperament, and provided a lot of enjoyment here for the patriotic spectators who didn't have very much to cheer about earlier in the innings. And that is out, and that's clever bowling from Andy Roberts. He thoroughly deserved that wicket. He's changed his line of attack by coming around the wicket, having had Balderstone get used to him for quite some time. Coming over the wicket, changed his line, and cleverly picked up the breakthrough wicket. 169 for 5 now. And a good effort from Chris Balderstone. He was very slow making that 35, but he stayed in there in the middle of the order, held it together, and then he allowed Tony Greig to take control when the England captain came in. A delay here whilst Freddie the Pooch is hustled off the ground. A little dog lovers day here.
Craig facing Daniel. Well, that's it this time. Clive Lloyd's taken the catch. Broke on this fine partnership. It's the end of Tony Greig for 116. A brilliant match-saving century for England. And Tony Greig will get a wonderful ovation from this packed Headingley ground. Came into bat when England were in real trouble, survived through yesterday, progressed today. The hat's already off, the bat in the air to acknowledge this great ovation. And he's gone this time, went for it again, didn't quite get to the pitch of it. Roy Fredericks at Backwood Square taking the catch. So some recompense there for Van Bernholder, collecting the wicket of John Snow via a Fredericks catch at Backwood Point. And that's edged and that's caught, I think, by Clive Lloyd. Tossed high, Collis King takes his first wicket, and Derek Underwood is the man to go. Out for just a single. Another wicket down for England, the 8th to go down. Their score on 367. Handshakes for Collis King to celebrate his first wicket in Test match cricket. Underwood again, never in line. Perfectly straight ball. Good low catch there taken by Clive Lloyd.
Oh, that's got to be out. Beaten for pace there on the backstroke, and it's Andy Roberts' 3rd wicket, and well deserved too. 379 for 9 now, with Andy Roberts having Ward LBW without scoring. And you can see again how that happened. Daniels under it, and he's caught it safely. So Alan Knott is out, the last wicket to fall, and the total is on 387. 116 to Alan Knott. It equals his highest score ever in Test cricket. He made 116 against Pakistan at Edgbaston in 1971, and what a great comeback this is. With his skipper, Tony Gregg, he'd been having a pretty moderate series. And a great performance in this innings to lead England's fight back.
So Winston Davis, the newcomer to the West Indies attack. Hot foot from the Glamorgan camp in the English County Championship. Night as a precautionary measure. And that's out, caught by Clive Lloyd. A victim for Winston Davis. 2 down for 55. Out goes Kim Hughes for 18. Clive Lloyd. He doesn't miss too much.
It was a good catch by Clive Lloyd. Not a bad delivery either, just a little bit of extra bounce there for Davis outside off stump. A forcing shot played by Hughes, and there's a big deflection here. The ball going away very quickly. Lloyd has got huge hands, getting them in exactly the right place.
Winston Davis. It's in the air, it's over the wicketkeeper's head. Holding is underneath it in front of us, and that's a nicely judged running catch by Michael Holding. Well, the West Indies will be very relieved, badly needing a wicket.
Well, I think the fact that they're all clustered around Michael Holding, patting him on the back, suggests that they were beginning to get just a little bit worried. And attempted pull shot there, top edge, straight over the top of the wicketkeeper's head. And have a look at this for a catch. Holding, a magnificent athlete, taking this right at the end, right down by his toes. He slightly misjudged it and had to stretch forward right at the end. But what a lovely catch. So that's the end of third innings played by Graham Gallagher. He certainly was very positive out there and played some magnificent shots. Caught by Holding off the bowling of Davis for 29.
So the Australian target, they started needing 4.23 and over, chasing a target of 253, so it's 137 more runs they need to win, and it's come down to exactly 3.5. And a big shout, and he's given out by David Constant, and that's a wicket, a very important wicket for the West Indies. And it's another victim for Davis, his third. What a good wicket to get.
Yes, this is beautiful bowling by Davis. He certainly got the length right and also getting some movement off the pitch, and there really wasn't much that David Hooks could do about that. An edge there which went through to the keeper, only just carried. That was the end of a very useful knock by him. Look at the movement off the pitch.
Yes, that would have taxed the very best of players. A very nasty delivery to face. So it's 4 down for 116. And David Hooks out for a very entertaining 45.
And that's a weak stroke. Safely caught by Desmond Haynes. Winston Davis has struck again. McClay playing just a half little shot there. Started off to be an attempted pull or hook and never looked like getting it away from the infield. And Australia now in desperate trouble at 126 for 5, and Graham Wood unable to bat.
Winston Davis proving
a match winner here this afternoon, coming in only because of injuries to Joel Garner and Marshall, but he's really kept coming down the hill at Headingley, getting a lot of pace, and he's bowled pretty straight.
It's put behind. Lawson's gone, the 7th wicket down, and Winston Davis has now taken 5 wickets. Great performance from him. Australia 141 for 7. No one seems to want to stay with Alan Border, who is the last of the recognised batsmen. He's 9 not out at the moment and could finish up a dozen or so not out. Clive Lloyd, quite a safe pair of hands. Almost safe pair of hands. The wind really is swirling around out there, but I think Groover might just have misjudged the fraction as well.
I think he was complaining that it went in the sun. It certainly would be the right angle, but the sun.
Alan Border caught Lloyd, bowled Davis 17. Davis has 6 wickets now. Australia in an impossible position, and we're only now into the 31st over. 21 overs still to go. That will be one of the most remarkable defeats of limited over history. There's Clive Lloyd, and there's the moment when it got into the sun, and all of a sudden he had to make a frantic grab at it. And that's it. Davis, another wicket. 7 wickets for Winston Davis. Not too much doubt who'll be man of the match here. He's come in place of Malcolm Marshall and bowled quite brilliantly in attacking fashion. And Australia are all out for 151.
Match. And we were up against it a little bit in the second innings.
Oh my word, a brilliant catch. Wonderful catch there by Jeffrey Dujon. Oh dear me, that's the end of Atherton.
England certainly were up against it. Atherton was brilliantly caught by Dujon, and with Ambrose in full cry, Hick soon followed.
Well, that's very well bowled by Ambrose.
An inauspicious start to Hick's Test career, failing to reach double figures in the match.
Alan Lamb is the new batsman. 38 for 2. Oh, well, he's on a hat-trick. Lamb has gone, a similar stroke to the one he played in the first innings. It's 38 for 3, and now England in disarray.
Another brilliant catch by Dujon, Ramprakash making another 27, and incredibly Ambrose, for the second time in the innings, was to be on a hat-trick.
And Ambrose again is on a hat-trick.
England broke the partnership, 2 short of the 100. Pringle's contribution, an invaluable 20.